AskReddit by Luke III. What quietly went away without anyone noticing? Acid rain. It was a huge environmental issue in the late 70s through the early 90s. Rain was acidic and damaged fertile areas among other things. In the US there was much research done and eventually industrial regulations were put into place. Companies were allowed to decide what approach they chose to take as long as the results showed the appropriate amount of reduction in sulfur dioxide emissions. Unfortunately, positive news doesn't sell, so news outlets did not do justice to reporting this success. As we went into the 2000s, hardly anyone remembered what was done. Edit. Thank you for the upvotes and the awards. And the ozone layer repairing. When you turn off the TV, how the image would shrink to a dot before slowly fading away. And then when you run your finger on the screen and hear the crackle and feel the static on the glass. Edit. A few words. Richard Simmons. Facebook poke wars. My crush and I used to poke each other all the time. Butterflies. I saw them all the time growing up and now it's an event if I see one. Waterbeds. Used to have one. Nothing like forgetting to turn on the heater an hour before bed in the middle of winter. Yo-yos. They were all the rage back in my school as a kid and they just disappeared overnight. Nobody even noticed it was just a fad that died. They'll be back. The popularity of yo-yos goes up and down. Traveler's checks. 90% of checks in general. Flash mobs. People calling them camera phones. Actual toys in cereal boxes and Cracker Jack boxes. And contests where you could win just by checking the packaging instead of scanning a QR code and making an account on fucking mountaindew.com. https://mountaindew.com/dart. Picture-in-picture TVs. I miss this. Playing Crash Bandicoot in the tiny corner of the screen while my mom watched General Hospital on the rest of the screen. Stumbloopin. I remember all my classmates and my mom used to use it years ago. I miss Stumbloopin. Learned some neat things that I'd never would have found otherwise. Now I just scroll Reddit for hours instead. Ruffle dropped off of the face of the planet and now we just go straight from lol till mayo. Rufflecopter. The uproar around devices always listening. Xbox One Kinect was an uproar and now you pretty much can't buy a device that isn't always listening. What kind of nuts is THST companies are finding it difficult to actually do anything or monetize all the data they collect with them? Over at Amazon, the massive failure of Alexa to actually do anything for Amazon has become a major internal problem and a colossal money loser. Deleted. Grocery store clerks got tired of little kids throwing them on the floor. HQ trivia. I remember the thrill of winning and getting $0.17. Absolutely worth it. McDonald's all-day breakfast menu. I will never forgive them. Service clubs, for example the Rotary, the Lions, the Shriners. Oh, they're still around. But a common complaint among them is they've got no members under 70 and no new members are lining up to get in. Edit. The number one question seems to be, what the hell are these, anyways? They're social clubs with the primary objective to be doing projects to better the community. They might raise money to build a new playground, a new hospital, for scholarships, stuff like that. They raise money for stuff. My local Kiwanis club started a young professionals membership to encourage younger people to join. The problem was that we were all in new jobs in our low mid-20s and couldn't make the meetings on Thursdays at noon since we had to be at work. They tried to fix that by offering night meetings once per month, but then none of the old people would show up, and anyone who did would rag on the young folks for not showing up to the Thursday noon meetings more often. They refused to change their ways in order to stay relevant. And then they were a bit hostile to anyone young who didn't behave in the exact way they wanted. Landlines in residences. The jacks are still in almost any house, but I rarely see anything plugged in anymore. The only people I can think of with them are all over 60. I live in a rural area and have to pay for landline service to have internet. Since I have to pay for something so stupid, I figured I'd have to get something stupid, so I got the hamburger phone from Juno. Not gonna lie, the landline has come in clutch a few times, and holding a hamburger to your ear is amusing every time. 10/10. 3D TVs. They are still making 3D Blu-rays though. I think people have noticed now, but at the time, nobody noticed it was happening. 24-hour stores. I live in a major city and we don't have a single 24-hour grocery store ever since the pandemic. That was basically the only thing that changed for me during the pandemic. I couldn't get groceries after work at midnight. Sierra Mist. I saw the replacement brand in stores last week, but until I read the press release the other day I had no idea Pepsi had discontinued Sierra Mist at all. I just had a Sierra Mist out of a soda fountain tonight. I wonder if it was actually Sierra Mist. Movie trailers with that deep voice guy doing the voiceovers. Don LaFone 10. He's been dead near 15 years now. The American chestnut tree. We sing chestnuts roasting over an open fire every year and yet never question why we have no chestnuts. All the chestnut trees are dead is why, you see. We noticed and we're working to get them back. Just taking a long time. The Sears Wish Book. Sears. Shelly Miscavige. Hey there Shelly, haven't seen you in a while. That class for keyboard typing and stuff. Then all the kids were better at computer stuff than teachers. But now, these Zoomers with their Apple pads and cellular telephones don't know how to type, so it's coming back around. Anyone remember spinning rims on cars? Nah, my rims never spun. To the contrary. You'd find that they were quite stationary. Politicians feeling ashamed when they're caught lying. Them getting disgraced and turfed when it happened.